This product not yet rated.
Hi, I'm Ed Del Castillo. I'm the president of Liquid Entertainment, creative director on Dragonshard, and today we're here to talk about dual layer play and why it's so cool. I think that core to the D&D experience is having different kinds of ways of interacting with the environment. And so what dual level play really allows us to do is brings to the fore two very different experiences. On the above ground, you have an army, you're moving as massive troops, you're conquering and you're taking over strategic points of value, and then suddenly the game does a flip-flop on you. You go downstairs, you're taking the very best of your army downstairs and forming an adventure party. The speed of the game slows down. You're playing a tight group of elite warriors that have powers and abilities that were beyond your normal army. You're finding, great treasure, amazing, wondrous locations. You're exploring a world that you've never had in a real-time strategy before.
I think dual layer play is actually one of the coolest aspects of the game. And ironically enough, it didn't happen at the onset of the game. I still remember we were talking about how can we add more D&D to RTS. I mean, that was the goal. Let's bring Dungeons and Dragons to RTS. The guys at Liquid, I can remember a brainstorming session with Ed, suggested, well, it's in the name, dungeons. I mean, the resource gathering that happens in a typical RTS is to pick up gold, pick up trees, whatever else, and then you build your army. So all the excitement is really centered around fighting with your army. And this whole half of the game, resource gathering, is quite frankly kind of boring. I think Liquid's solution was great. You got to go and fight for the resources. You don't just pick up a pile of gold. You crawl down in a dungeon, you kill the monsters, and you have to pull the loot out and then take it up to your army. And dual layer play makes that experience extremely real. I think the important thing about dual layer play is it's not simply another layer underground. We create a whole feeling of going out into the sunken city. The camera moves in closer, the monsters are bigger, and it's a very creepy feeling. You have a kind of a fast-paced, big battles on the surface, but underneath the ground, it's exploration. It's probably a little bit smaller party, but every step you take, you have to go very gingerly because there's traps, there's monsters, there's all kinds of unexpected things that you might expect when you run into an adventure or you're doing a role-playing experience. And I think Liquid's found kind of a perfect blend of RPG and RTS in the dual layer or the underground area. I think people are going to be pretty excited when they discover dual layer play. They'll start out playing like a traditional RTS, and then the first time they wander down into that dungeon and they realize, wow, this is just like an RPG experience. Walking through the hallways, they kill their first monster and they pick up the loot from it and gain experience off of it. It's going to feel like a much deeper experience than a typical RTS game.
Dragonshard, a real-time strategy experience coming soon from Atari.